All right, so just before I go in for breakfast, dog walk and all that stuff, and I just wanted to get a little bit of work done. So got the door dry fitted in, had to block that side, and yeah, now I got the door. Just have to put I'm gonna stain this and seal it. I was gonna char it, but I can't char that side. I'm like, I could stain this, but then it won't match, so I'll just stain it all and use a good exterior. But yeah, got that all nice in. It's been looking good in there. I put a trail cam in there this past week and I haven't caught anything, or since I finished the sides anyway. Nothing going in there. I still have to finish the insulation on this side so it matches like that. But that's not going to be a big job. And I'll put a handle and like a little bit of a lock. And then on the back side, I'll put insulation as well, staple that. And as you can see here, still got that mesh going down underneath, and that still goes underneath here. So if a critter did want to try and dig underneath here, it's still going to run it into the mesh. And this stuff sets like concrete too once it rains, so I'm not really overly worried. But yeah, I'm really happy how that turned out. Looks really nice and clean. And there's the gray line. I got a little bit more rock to add there just to kind of top it up a little bit. And then moving over to here, I got my first insulation or pad in. Oh, had a little bit of a cave in there. And there's where the door's going to be, and there's the foundation's going to be. So I'm below grade, so that's taken into consideration as far as I'm going to end up using pressure treated wood for the sills and the floor joists. And the reason why I'm doing it like this is obviously I got the root cellar here. I'm still got to dig out, but I don't want to tie into the roof. So what I'm going to do is create like a lean-to, attach a ledger board at the top, and it'll just be about that's a 6/12 pitch. And then I'm going to change it to a 3/12 for this addition. And that way, when I reach the 16-foot mark, which is basically right at this rock from that wall, I'll have a ceiling height of 80 inches at the lowest point in the addition. The ceiling height will be 80 inches, and then it's going to gradually go up 3 inches per foot. So by the time, because my plan is to keep the floor level, like basically with the ground. That's why I have the pads so low, because when I add the blocks and then the floor joist, it's about 21 inches, because I'm only going to do one concrete brick layer, which is 4 inches thick. But then I have the sill, which is 8 inches. And then I have the floor joist, which is another 7.5 inches. And then the OSB, which is a 1/4 inch, and then the finished floor. And so when you add all that together, it's about 21 inches. And that is essentially level with the current ground right here. And then, so when you're standing on the finished floor, you'd be basically at kind of this height. So this will be the finished floor, and then there'll be steps to kind of come down. And this will be the bathroom, mud room. The root cellar is going to be incorporated into here. I'm going to end up putting the water storage on that side, kind of underneath. I'm going to frame that in, and also a little bit of like a workout area, so I can get my squat rack and stuff in here. And then the bedroom will go on the far sides, the less, like the quieter side. So yeah. That's the kind of the plan, and you'll still have river view when you're over here on this kind of side. So 12 by 16, yeah, basically like here. So out these windows, then you'll be able to see out that way, and then kind of up, and it doesn't obscure the view from the cabin either, because anything bigger than that, or if I go higher, then it blocks the view from the cabin, and I don't want that. I want the main 20 by 20 to kind of be the central point, almost like the temple, so to speak, and everything kind of goes up into that living space. All right, anyway, that's a long video. Beautiful day, cool, cloudy, rain's coming later this afternoon. So I'm just working this morning to get all this, as much work as I can done, and then probably do a grocery run later. All right, love you, fam. Have a good day all, and we'll catch up more later.